Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to another Premier League video. It's been a while since I've said that, but we are back now. The Premier League is starting again. As you know, next week we're back straight to it. So today we are starting our series again, Premier League predictions every single week. We're going to be here for you guys, breaking down who we think is going to win each game, who's going to score, etc. And yeah, let's just dive straight into week one. We've got plenty of good games.
But before we do dive into the games, including the big United and Chelsea, if you guys would like a shout, just comment below your score predictions for this week's games, including United, Chelsea, West Ham, City. So yeah, let's get straight into the video.
Cool, so starting with the first two games, Liverpool versus Norwich. For this game, for me, pretty straightforward. 2-0 routine win for Liverpool. You know, Norwich, newly promoted. It's unfortunate that their first game is away at Anfield, you know, where no one likes to go. You know, it's pretty much a fortress there. So it's going to be a tough challenge for them. Hopefully they can pick up a point or two, but I really doubt it. Liverpool to win 2-0 with Salah and Mane to get the goals for them. And the next game, West Ham versus Manchester City, another big game to be honest. For this game I put a 3-1 win to Man City. I think this game is going to be quite tight. West Ham being at home, the signings they've made, you know, Holla, a few other signings. They've spent a lot of money this summer, so I'm expecting them to do well, at least challenge for top 6. But you know, City, the squad they have, they're still looking to strengthen their squad. So yeah, it's gonna be a tough one for West Ham. But yeah, 3-1 win to Man City with Guerrero, Sterling, and De Bruyne getting the goals for them, and Holla getting his first goal for West Ham.
Right, so for the first game of the new season, Liverpool versus Norwich, I'm going to put a 3-0 win to Liverpool. Same as Dave said, obviously Liverpool at Anfield, a fortress, and Norwich obviously being newly promoted, it's going to be really hard for them, and I think they're going to struggle in this game, especially the first game. They're going to be maybe a bit of nerves in the players coming to the Premier League, but yeah, so I think Liverpool going to have a comfortable win. Salah to get 2 goals and Mane to get 1, and then for the next game, West Ham versus City, I put the same as Dave again, 3-1 win to City. As Dave said, it won't be the easiest of games for City. Obviously they are away at West Ham, and obviously West Ham Stadium is not the easiest place to go. There is quite an atmosphere there, a lot of intimidation for the away team, but I think City, with the quality they have, obviously signings as well, they even improved their squad even more. So yeah, it's gonna be a good game, but I think City will come away to 3 points. So Sterling to get 2, Aguero to get 1, and Declan Rice to get a goal for West Ham.
Okay, the first game of the new season, Liverpool versus Norwich. I put a 3-0 win here for Liverpool. Hopefully Salah gets 2 goals and Keita get the third goal for Liverpool. Hopefully start off the season with 3 points. Then moving on to the next game, West Ham versus Man City. Like the boys said, West Ham always going to be a tough game for Man City, but I feel like they will come out with the 3 points here. 2-1 win for City with Aguero and Sterling getting goals for them, and West Ham goal scorer being Felipe Anderson. But let's move on to the next 3 games.
Okay, so the next 3 games, starting off with Bournemouth versus Sheffield United. For this game, we put a 1-0 win for Bournemouth. You know, Bournemouth had a very good season last season. You know, Eddie Howe's done a terrific job with them, got them playing his football, and you know they've got quality players. So Sheffield United, it's going to be tough. You know, newly promoted, they're going to want to start off. You know, with picking up a few points, positive start. But I think going away at Bournemouth is going to be a tough game for them. So yeah, I think Bournemouth is going to win 1-0 with Wilson getting the only goal for them. Next game, Burnley versus Southampton. I put a typical 1-1 draw here. You know, away at Burnley, as we've been saying since last year, it's always a tough fixture. And they don't score much goals, but they defend very, very well. And you know, they play a lot of long balls. They've got big players like Ropes and stuff who bully defenders. So it's going to be a tough game for Southampton. But I think both teams are going to go at it, and they'll end up point apiece. So yeah, 1-1 draw with Folks getting a goal for Burnley, and then Charlie Austin getting an equaliser for Southampton. And then lastly, Crystal Palace versus Everton. This is quite a good game, to be fair. For this game, I put a 2-1 win to Everton. You know, Crystal Palace away, another tough fixture. If they manage to keep Zaha by the time we upload this video, then that's going to be great for them. You know, one of their best players. You know, he was linked for Arsenal early on, but you know, Arsenal got Pepe, so I doubt they're going to be getting Zaha too. But yeah, Everton signed a lot of players, spent a lot of money. Once again, another team that I expect to challenge for top 6, maybe even top 4. You never know. Marcus Silva is a decent manager, so they got a lot of quality players. You know, and yeah, so I put them to win 2-1 with Zaha getting a goal for Crystal Palace, and then Sigurdsson and Keane, their new striker that they signed, getting a goal for Everton.
Right, so for Bournemouth versus Sheffield United, I don't think it'll be the most exciting game. Obviously, Bournemouth being the Premier League more experienced, I'm going to put 1-0 win to Bournemouth. Obviously, as Dave said, Bournemouth have performed quite well for obviously the squad they have. They're not really expected to do that good in the Premier League. But Eddie Howe's got them playing good stuff, especially at home. And Sheffield obviously coming up from the Championship. It's going to be a bit nervous going away to Bournemouth. They may fancy their chances though, because teams at Bournemouth, that's where the teams newly promoted have to try and nick points from. Obviously against the big teams, going to be quite much harder. But yeah, I think Bournemouth's going to get 1-0 win here with Callum Wilson get their only goal. For the next game, Burnley versus Southampton, I'll put another 1-0 win here for Burnley. The famous 1-0 at home for Burnley. First game back, the fans are going to want to see a good performance. And I think the players will do that, will fight, and as they always do. And I think Wood to get the only goal for them will be a tight game. But I think they'll prevail in the end. And for the next game, Crystal Palace versus Everton, I put a 1-1 draw. Everton, obviously, a lot of big signings. Kuzin Keane, that could be a difference between them moving up in the table. But I just think Crystal Palace being at home, it is a very hard place to go. Obviously, still have quality players. And as they said, Zaha is still there when this game starts. So he's going to be a big boost for them. But I think 1-1 draw, a point apiece is a fair result here. So I'll put Benteke to go for Crystal Palace. And Everton score being a new signing, Moise Keane.
Alright, the first game of the next three, Bournemouth versus Sheffield United. I put a 2-0 win here for Bournemouth. Like Dave mentioned, Eddie Howe has transformed this Bournemouth team into a solid mid-table team in the Premier League, which is a massive achievement in itself. So yeah, 2-0 win here with Callum Wilson and Dominic Solanke getting the goals for Bournemouth. Next game, Burnley versus Southampton. Tough game to go to Turf Moor for Southampton. I put a 1-1 draw here. I do believe Hassan Hart was going to have a good season with Southampton this season. So yeah, 1-1 draw with Jay Rodriguez getting the goal for Burnley and Southampton goal scorer being Danny Ings. And the third game, Palace versus Everton, I put 2-1 win here for Everton with Gylfi Sigurdsson and Richarlison getting the goals for Everton, and Palace goal scorer being Andros Townsend. But let's move on to the next three games.
So, next three games, starting off with Watford versus Brighton. First game, I put a 2-0 win for Watford. I think it's going to be quite an easy win for Watford, to be honest. Being at home, you got a lot of good players. Last season they did quite well. Brighton, on the other hand, just managed to stay up. And I think Watford are going to start with a bang, and we're going to get the 3 points here. So yeah, 2-0 win for Watford with Deeney and Decore getting goals for them. Next game, Spurs versus Aston Villa. Here I put a 3-0 win for Spurs. Spurs, correct me if I'm wrong, but are they going into their new stadium this year? They are, right?
Yeah, they're already in it.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, cool. So Spurs got their new stadium for this year, and that should give them a boost of motivation. But I think they're gonna easy win here against a newly promoted Aston Villa, who have lost a few players over the summer. And yeah, Spurs easy win for them with Kane getting 2 and Son getting a 3rd for them. And then the third game, Leicester versus Wolves. For this game, I put a 2-2 draw. I think it's going to be jam-packed with a lot of goals. Both teams have strengthened a lot this season. Obviously, Leicester lost Maguire to United. But what can you do? When United come calling, there's not much teams can do. But Leicester, they've reinvested that money. They've got managed to keep Tielemans. They've got Perez, and I'm pretty sure by now they would have signed a centre-back to replace Maguire. And Wolves, they just keep getting stronger and stronger. I mean, they're going to be a real danger to the top 6 next season. For the likes of United, Arsenal, Chelsea, they're going to be really down our neck and coming for that 4th position. But yeah, 2-2 draw here with Perez and Tielemans getting the goals for Leicester, and Jimenez and Neves getting 2 goals for Wolves.
Right, so for Watford versus Brighton, I put a 2-1 win here to Watford. Both teams obviously stayed in Premier League, so no newly promotion here. But I think Watford, obviously, with the players they have, Deeney's a big presence. I think he's going to have another decent season for Watford. I think Watford could do well, could be around Everton and Leicester, teams like that. I think them 3 are going to be teams to look out for. I'll put 2-1 win here. Deeney, Pereira to get 2 goals for Watford. And Brighton's goal scorer being Glenn Murray. And then for the next game, Spurs versus Aston Villa, I want to put a 3-1 win here to Spurs. Obviously, Tottenham going to the Champions League final. High expectations coming into this season. Kept all their players, well, so far as we're recording this video. Obviously, a speculation about Eriksen, but I think he's going to stay. But we shall see about that. But so they still got all the players that they had from last season. Obviously, they didn't do any well, they did sign that French winger, I think it was, or centre mid, but yeah, nothing really major. Yeah, nothing really major up front. So Kane and Son are gonna be the two main players again. So Kane to get 1, Son to get 2, and then Jack Grealish to only go for Aston Villa. And then for the next game, Leicester City versus Wolves, I'm gonna put a 2-1 win here to Leicester. Leicester obviously lost to Maguire. It's a big loss for them at the back, but they still got an attacking force. Vardy, Maddison, top quality players that can do the job for Leicester. And obviously, as Rodgers is the manager, their teams look sorted for this season. I think they're going to have a good season, to be fair. So I think a 2-1 win here. Wolves won't be the easiest team to play against, though, but I think they will get the win because they are at home. So Vardy to get 1, Maddison to get 1, and Jimenez to get the only goal for Wolves.
Alright, the first game of the 3, Watford versus Brighton. Watford finishing mid-table last season and FA Cup finalists against a team who's barely survived the Premier League. So yeah, 1-0 win here for Watford with the core again, the only goal for them. I feel like Brighton are going to struggle this season with their new manager, obviously, as Chris Hughton got sacked for some reason. So moving on to the next game, Tottenham versus Villa. I feel like Tottenham are going to start this season off with 3 points, a 2-0 win here for Tottenham with Son and Kane getting goals for them. So massive 3 points to start off with Tottenham. And the third game is Leicester versus Wolves. I put a 1-1 draw here for Leicester versus Wolves, with the goal scorers being Jamie Vardy and Wolves goal scorer being Raul Jimenez. But let's move on to the next 2 games.
Okay, last 2 games, starting off with Newcastle versus Arsenal. For this game, I put 2-1 win to Arsenal. I was a bit wary on this one because, you know, Arsenal's away from last season was extremely poor, you know, beyond average. You know, they have to really improve that this season, which, you know, they haven't really signed any centre-backs. They seem like they're going to sign Tierney, who could improve their defence. But, you know, they signed Nicolas Pepe, who, you know, apparently is a baller. So maybe he can make a difference for that away form. But, yeah, 2-1 win for Arsenal with Jolinton, the new Newcastle signing, getting a goal for them. And then Lacazette and Aubameyang getting 2 goals for Arsenal. And for the biggest game of game week 1, United versus Chelsea. For this game, I put a comfortable 2-0 win to United. You know, United, you know, we're recording this video right now. You know, the summer transfer window isn't finished. I'm hoping we can bring another 1 or 2 players. But based on the window we have right now, having signed Maguire and Wan-Bissaka, back 4 is really strong. We do need a midfielder, possibly an attacking enforcement. But for now, I'm positive we'll go to Old Trafford, get the 3 points against a weakened Chelsea side, having lost Hazard and, you know, newly appointed manager Frank Lampard, not much experience. I'm confident we'll get a few points there. So yeah, United to win 2-0 with Martial and Dybala getting the goals. I'm joking. Martial and Pogba getting the goals for United. Hopefully Dybala though.
Alright, so for Newcastle versus Arsenal, first game for the boys. Gonna put a 3-1 win here. Nothing much to say. We got Pepe now, so the front 3 is now Aubameyang, Lacazette and Pepe if he does play that formation. That's gonna be big. That's gonna be a lot of pace. A lot of teams are gonna be scared of that. Newcastle, obviously they signed Jolinton up front, but yeah, lost a few players as well. So I think it will be a tight game because we are away. You know, our form's a bit dodgy from last year, but I think Pepe could be the boost we need on the wing to like excite and make more chances. So I think I will win 3-1 here. Aubameyang to get 1. Pepe to have a really good performance. It's a bit ambitious, but I'm going to put him with 2 goals on his debut. And then Jolinton to get 1 for Newcastle. And then for the big game, United versus Chelsea, I've got 2-1 win here to United. I don't think it will be easy, as in obviously Chelsea this season are kind of like the underdogs out of the big teams, as in they haven't signed anyone, obviously with the transfer ban, and Lampard as well, new manager, not a lot of experience, so people aren't going to expect a lot. And when people don't expect a lot, it's sometimes a little like luck, and then, you know, they end up pulling out some crazy performances. For example, United last season with the PSG and stuff. So you don't underestimate Chelsea this season. I wouldn't be surprised if they came to Old Trafford and took some points from United. But I'm going to put 2-1 win here based on United's signings. They're doing quite decent the transfer window so far. So Rashford to get 1, Martial to get 1, and Ross Barkley to get a goal for Chelsea.
Alright, the first game of the last 2, Newcastle versus Arsenal. Newcastle, new manager, Rafa's gone. Arsenal, on the other hand, bringing in Nicolas Pepe, who's a baller. For this game, I put 2-1 win for Arsenal. Pepe getting a goal on his debut, and Aubameyang getting a goal for Arsenal, and Newcastle goal scorer being Almiron. So 3 points to start off for Arsenal's new campaign for the new Premier League season. And then the big game of the first week, Man United versus Chelsea. I put a 2-1 win here for Man United, based on the fact that Chelsea, obviously with the transfer ban, they got a new manager. Hazard's gone. They're going to Old Trafford with, I don't even know who's going to play striker for them. Is it Tammy Abraham, William centre forward, Pulisic centre forward? I don't know in it, but yeah, 2-1 win here for United. Pogba and Rashford getting the goals for United, and Chelsea goal scorer being Barkley. But yeah, 2-1 win here for United.
Right guys, thanks so much for watching the first Premier League prediction video of the new season. Hope you are excited as we are for this new season coming up. Make sure you comment down below your score predictions for the big games. Obviously United and Chelsea, that's the biggest game this week. So comment down your scores for that for a chance to be featured in the next video. And also follow us on Instagram, Twitter and Snapchat as @4BallShow. So make sure you go over there and also subscribe to the channel, put post notifications on. This season is going to be very interesting. A lot of signings, a lot of new players, and a lot of new managers to look forward to. So yeah, make sure you stay tuned for the next video. And that's been 4Ball Show, and we're out. Peace.
Peace.